Hey everybody, it's me, Super Paul Games. Welcome back to Seduce Me the Otome. Last time we had to fight Malex, who had gotten us kidnapped, and then we heard police sirens, and we actually did a pretty good job with our badass magic. And the police sirens turned out to be the incubi boys with just a megaphone with a police siren noise on it.
Where is he? I swear I'm gonna...
He's gone. Aerith took him and left, and they're not going to be coming back, alright? It was also surreal. I was helped by a devil, but I quickly shook off the feeling I was alive, and that was all that mattered. I fought to stay alive, and here I was. The boys tried to question me, but James cleared his throat, catching the attention of his brothers and me.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
I know, because I kind of kicked ass. Altogether, we began to walk out of the warehouse back home. There was no way in hell, interesting use of words there, anyone was going to find out about this. It was over. Malex was gone and the boys were finally safe. A wave of relief ran through my body at the thought of never having to deal with that group again. So, wait, do we beat the bad guys? At the same time, a ping of realization hit the back of my mind. The boys were only going to stay until after Malex was defeated. That was our deal. Oh man, where are my slave servants going? I need them. As we approached home, I could feel something heavy weigh down my heart. It was late, but the boys led me inside and turned on the lights in the lobby.
Finally, we can relax.
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
Don't you want to know how Fatty Vag, the girl, defeated the devil that you couldn't?
I'm just tired. Can I hit the hay early?
Alright, don't say thank you, Sam.
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
Oh, James, maybe we could sleep together? I'm just kidding, but not really. I looked at Damien, knowing he could read my mind, and frowned. I didn't want him to know about my thoughts on the situation. Yeah, bed sounds good. I just wanted to end tonight. Too much had happened, and I felt dizzy just trying to figure it all out. However, Damien spoke up, stopping all of us from moving.
Should we be gone in the morning?
The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation hit the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. Like, if I would have known being so good at kicking ass would have driven you away, I wouldn't have done it, because I love you all. Well, not you. Or you. Or you. They had remembered their deal, and they are now waiting for me to decide their fate. I gulped face to face with the reality of the situation. The boys were leaving it up to me. They looked like they were willing to accept whatever I had demanded. It was only fair, though, after all that had happened. Yeah, I kind of saved their asses. I'm a badass. Fatty Vages. I looked at James, feeling my heart flutter in my chest. Oh my god, I need him. I didn't want him to leave, but would he ask to stay? I hoped that he would say no and ask me to stay longer. As if he knew what I wanted, James moved and smiled at me, taking my hand and bringing it to his lips for a kiss. He moved it away, smiled to me, and spoke. Oh, yes, he wants to plow my lady fields.
Miss, if I may be so forward. Despite the short time we've stayed here, I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. That being said, would you allow us to stay here?
James, you can stay here. Three of your brothers can live in the doghouse. You can live in my bed with me, and Matthew can live in the kitchen and cook, and the others can stay outside. My heart skipped while a large red blush ran across my cheeks. The boys stared at James wide-eyed, but didn't dare speak out. James stepped back to give me space, returning to where he was. I moved my gaze across each boy, trying to make a decision. If they left in the morning, I would never see them again, and my life could return to normal. If I did decide to let them go, that would have been for the best. No goodbyes, no delays. But did I want to? They'd done so much for me in such a small amount of time. Plus they cooked me breakfast. No, I'm going to let them stay. That way I get free slaves for life, and I get some James dick. I wanted them to stay. I wanted him to stay. I merely smiled, staring at the man I'd come to have feelings for, before speaking at last. Oh my god, I would love for all of you if you could, stay and shit. You know, I'd love it. You should. The boys cheered tiredly. Hip hip hurrah. But nonetheless, enthusiastically, I giggled at the sight. It was cute to see everyone so excited. Despite the tiredness that ran equally through our bodies, today was a rough day. My home is your home, as long as you still help with the chores, huh? No, for real, you're my slaves. The boys nodded in unison, agreeing to the terms I'd set for them. Despite the good situation, I felt myself slowly slipping into unconsciousness. She's like a sim now at this point, where she's just like, I'm tired. However, James quickly clapped his hands together, getting everyone's attention and waking me, making sure I didn't pass out on the floor.
All right, everyone. We're all very tired, so let's head to bed, shall we?
Oh, yeah, sleep is actually a thing. Right.
We've had a very long day, but it will be good to just relax tonight and tomorrow.
Sleep sounds really good right now.
Are you gonna yell about sleep, Sam? And you're like, ah, sleep!
Yeah, man.
What? I watched a very happy smile grow onto James' lips. He shared my excitement, knowing that we would be together longer. Who knew how long we would stay together. All I cared about was that I would be with James. Look at him, he's giving you the look. He's like, I'm gonna get fatty veg. The others quickly left to finally rest, leaving me and James alone at last. My heart fluttered a bit as James walked closer to me, gently wrapping his arms around my form. I placed my hand onto his shoulders, leaning close.
You are an absolutely wonderful woman. I'm so happy that you let us stay here.
I'm like happy too, James. I stared into his eyes, getting lost in them. Help! I can't find myself. I'm stuck in James' eyes. I didn't know if it was the tiredness or my growing attachment to him, but I felt myself lean into James' body, hopefully not into his butthole. It invited me to stay for a while. Not his butthole, that was me ad-libbing. Making me forget that my bed was also calling for me. James nodded before kissing my forehead sweetly.
Come, let's get you to bed.
Oh my god, James is taking us to bed, everybody! I nodded before James gently lifted me up into his arms like a bride and carried me into my room. I didn't want to leave his arms, leaning my head against James' chest, but eventually I was slowly lowered to my bed and covered with my bed covers. I was still in my school clothes, ooh, naughty schoolgirl, but I was too tired to strip or care. I looked to James, fighting a yawn from escaping me as he gently ran a hand over my hair.
Have sweet dreams. I'll prepare breakfast again for you in the morning.
I nodded with a tired smile before watching him slowly stand and leave my room, closing the door. A wave of happiness washed over me as I laid in bed. I made a good choice. Sure, it would be hard, but I could tell that I would be able to manage it. Help from around the house, and being with a man who I was slowly starting to fall for would be worth it. I slowly felt my exhaustion take over. I let sleep consume me as I drifted into the darkness of the mind. Everything was peaceful. I was happy. And then we rocked out to the credits. I was hoping we were going to get a sex scene with James. Let's assume we got one. Oh, my lady. Give it to me hardy, my lady. Oh, yes, my lady. Oh, that's how I like it. Oh, it's so big. Really? Sure, why not? That was really fucking cool. That was a really good game. Thank you to Michaela Laws for making that. What?
You are an interesting creature.
Did I say goodbye too soon? I opened my eyes to see a woman staring down at me with a sly smirk on her face. I opened my mouth to scream in fright, but a hand quickly covered my mouth. Oh my, perhaps it's not over at all.
No screaming now. Too early, silly girl.
I could only stare up at the woman above me. I still felt weak, not having the strength to move and fight her off. What was going on, and why was she here?
Why do the boys like you? You're unique, yes, but that can't be all that you have going for you.
You're not like Lizette, are you? Rage began to consume my core again. This woman, whoever she was making me mad. Why couldn't boys like my fatty veg? She must have known as she let another smirk grow on her face.
Ooh, you're feisty. That could be why.
Before I could bite her hand in anger, she removed her hand from my lips, standing up and staring down at me from her place next to my bed. I quickly sat up and glared daggers at the intruder. She was very beautiful, but I felt more anger than amazement. Like, who the hell are you, and why are you in my room? The woman began to laugh, making the rage inside me increase. I wanted to punch her, but I waited for an answer.
How silly of me. I forgot that we demons are not well known of in your world. You can call me Diana, little human.
Wait, is Malix like your boyfriend or son? Because I beat the fuck out of him. Diana, demon? You're like a demon?
I am. But I'm much more than just an average demon.
Do you like picnic baskets? Are you like Yogi? Like, what do you mean?
Silly girl. I'm a succubus.
Oh, I got something you can suck, Diana. I stared at Diana in shock. A succubus? First incubi, now a succubus? Great! I had now met both genders of sex demons. Diana crossed her arms under her bosom and looked at my body.
Well, you are pretty.
Thanks.
But you seem very reckless. Too reckless.
I moved out and stood in front of the bed and still glared at Diana. Like, why are you here? Better not take my boys from me.
Oh, I just wanted to see who my competition was.
What? Competition?
For the boys, of course. They don't belong here, and yet here they remain. I want to know why, and remedy this little issue.
Maybe I have a tight vag and you have a fat butt and a loose vag. The girl was seriously pissing me off. You can have Sam, and you can have Eric. You can have them two if you want. Issue? Like what issue? They want to stay here so they can. Independence, girl.
Silly, uneducated human. You don't understand the important roles these boys play in the abyssal planes. You keeping them here is practically imprisonment.
They wanted to stay here, though. You have like 10 seconds to leave.
Is that a threat? How cute. What are you going to do? Kill me?
I did wreck Melix earlier. And like if I do?
You barely have the strength to stand, little human. I can rip the rest of your energy out and knock you into a coma. You'll never be able to wake up again.
James, I need your help. Touch me and I'll...
Enjoy every minute of it.
Whoa! I felt my body freeze and heat up almost to a painful haze. My mind began to feel fuzzy as Diana stepped to me and caressed my cheek.
Now, you're going to listen to everything I say without any questions. Got it?
What am I going to listen to? I nodded.
Good. I plan to bring the boys back to the abyssal planes. Why? So that I can take my place as queen of their realm. They have no reason to be here in this silly little world, so I'm going to make sure they return home. Okay, Pumpkin?
You can't have James! I nodded but growled. My rage couldn't be concealed despite the hold I was under. You're like an evil bitch and stuff. You're kind of like my dad, but a girl dad.
Call me evil all you want, dearie. I'm not evil. You're just in my way.
I felt Diana lean into my ear and whisper, making me unconsciously shiver in both pleasure and annoyance. Anger jizz.
Now, be a good little human and go to bed. I'll make sure they're gone before you get home tomorrow from school, so make sure to say goodbye in the morning.
But I love James, kinda. I felt my body move on its own to lay in bed and cover itself with my bed sheets. I glared at Diana the entire way down. Diana laughed at my futility. I like get you and stuff.
Oh, please do.
Did you eat a man? All of a sudden her voice deepened and became cold and demonic, sending a violent, scared shiver down my spine. Her red eyes practically illuminated in the darkness of my room as she glared at me. Why are you purple? You like Mace Windu?
Give me a reason to make your life a living hell.
Did you meet her dad? It already was a living hell. I gritted my teeth, trying to fight back against the hold on me. She couldn't have been that tough. She needed energy to survive, right? I was sure she couldn't have enough to hold me down forever. Diana then laughed and returned to normal.
Oh, and make sure you don't tell the boys I was here. I want my visit to be a surprise.
I felt the hold on me disappear, allowing me to sit up, and I practically growled at Diana in rage. What's like stopping me? No, Fatty Veg, don't say that. Maybe she'll put a spell on you. Just be like, okay, and then tell them.
Then you must not care about your friends and family as much as you care for the boys.
What? I stopped and stared. What did she mean by that? Was that a threat to my family? Well, you can kill my dad, and my mom's kind of a douche, but I like Suzu and Naomi. Diana smirked at me, knowing the confusion behind my eyes.
Let's just say that if you tell the boys about me, I'll make sure that no one will care for you, and you'll be all alone in this little house until the day you die.
Oh, I'm not too worried about that. I could feel fear creeping into me, though. Alone? How could she do that? The word demon reverberated in my head, reminding me that I was facing off against something supernatural. A human with a shield versus a devil was one thing. A human on her own versus a demon was another.
Have a good night.
Good night. And with that, she just slipped through the floor. Whoop! And with that, Diana sank into the floor through a magic purple pentagram, which disappeared as her head vanished into the floor. I couldn't believe it. I had one problem. Ooh, someone get the caramel. I want an apple. I had one problem, and now I had another. Instead of a crazy psycho devil who wanted to kill me and the boys, I had a succubus who wanted to ruin my life and take my boys away from me. Could my life get any worse? No, I was not going to let her win. Girl fight. I would like to imagine that the big climatic fight between Fatty Vag and Diana is just basically hair pulling. She's not as powerful as she looks. I know it. I had to mentally confirm it. She wasn't going to win. The boys wanted to stay with me. I let her decide before closing my eyes, affirming my plan of action. No matter what she was going to do, I was going to beat her. Eventually the morning arrived and the sun screamed, "Ah, get up!" at me to get up. Surprisingly, I woke up before my alarm clock once again, which was nice. I stretched out and quickly dressed, getting ready for school. She expects me to say goodbye to the boys. I will say good morning and we'll see them when I come back. Wait, but you gotta warn them. No way I'm gonna say goodbye. We gotta warn these guys. I scooped up my bag and headed downstairs to the dining room, seeing the boys already eating a delicious selection of food. The smell made my stomach grow wildly as the sight of food drew me to walk further into the room.
Good morning, miss. Did you sleep well?
I would have slept better with you in me. I mean, in my bed, huh? Before I could lie, hiding the incident in the back of my mind, Damien furrowed his brow and stopped eating.
She's here.
Yeah, I am here. The boys looked to Damien in confusion while I cursed his ability silently in my mouth. That's cool, though. I didn't have to tell them. Damien figured it out by reading Fatty Vag's brain that Diana was around.
Damien, what's up with you? Of course she's here. She kinda owns the house.
Damien looked to me, wanting me to explain for him. However, the threats that Diana gave me last night warned me to keep my mouth shut. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. I'm not I know it risks my friends and family, and I don't want bad things to happen to them, but I'm not gonna be a dick to my friends. My friends deserve the truth, even if I end up alone. Damien pressed his lips together into a fine line. The other boys looked at me with a raised eyebrow. A girl named Diana came by last night. Do you know her? She's not prettier than me, is she?
Diana? Is she important?
Did she try to hurt you?
She's a, succubus? Which I believe, because she totally, sucks. Haha. The single word made the boys stop and stare. I looked at each boy, unsure of what was going through their minds. Should I have avoided it?
So, she's come to try and bring us back.
She must really be desperate.
Well, what should we do now?
Nothing. She'll give up eventually.
Will she?
The boys continued to look at me as if I knew the answer to that question. Damn it, Damien! She said that if I told you, she'd make my life like a living hell. She can't possibly do that, right? She's not a devil, maybe?
No, she isn't. However, she is a very powerful demon.
She's a master of mind manipulation and has been trained in illusion. Unlike other demons who use strength to get power, she uses her charisma.
She has the power to make armies bow to her and obey her every whim. That's why she's so obsessed with us.
What do you mean? You're not an army?
Well, she sorta has family ties to us. She was promised to marry one of us in exchange for more power.
Oh, I thought you meant that was your cousin, because I was going to be like, oh, ew, wow, you guys keep it weird in the demon world. She can marry Sam. I don't like him, or Eric.
She's just some whacked up hussy who doesn't know how to close her legs. She's not a real threat.
She can marry Sam, because then Sam would yell at her all the time. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, really? I feel insulted.
The boys and I looked around the room, wondering where the voice came from. I felt cold sweat running down the back of my neck in fear, remembering what kind of power she had. At last we saw Diana by the entrance of the kitchen, juggling a single red apple in her hand as she leaned against the archway. The boys quickly surrounded me, glaring at the intruder.
So, you took up a human name as well.
Beautiful name, isn't it? Well, for a human name, anyway.
Wait, if you guys tell me her demon name, can't I have power over her then?
What the hell do you want?
To bring you back, of course. However, you weren't supposed to know that I was coming. I completely forgot about that little mind-reading ability. My mistake.
Diana, maybe you should know my boys like I do, because I love them. Only James, really, but still. Diana pushed off from the archway and walked towards us, making the boys step closer to me in a protective circle. Diana laughed.
My. What has the world come to? A group of demons protecting a human girl? I'll tell you right now, she's not that pretty. And from what I can tell, she's still a virgin.
That means I'm still tight, unlike you? My face grew red in complete anger and embarrassment. How dare she? Oh man, I should probably wait. But, no, Fatty Veg this whole time has that attitude. She'd be like, oh hell no! I stepped up gently, pushing the boys away to be face to face with Diane. I was furious, and she was about to feel my wrath. You are in my house? You're like an intruder? You have no power here, bitch! And you're ugly.
Oh, really? Do I have to remind you of the power I have, dear?
With the snap of her fingers, my mind suddenly locked up and I felt blank. I could see the world around me, but I lost control of my body. Hopefully not my balls. I don't want to put myself in front of the boys. The boys quickly reformed around me with James gripping onto Diana's wrist in anger.
You will leave this instant.
Oh my god, James protected us.
Or what? You'll kill me? I completely dare you to.
Do it, James.
Let me do it. I could use the workout.
Don't.
The boys looked to Damien while Diana smirked at my blank state. I wanted to fight this hold, but her power held me down.
And why not?
She wants us to kill her. If she dies, then civil war starts in the demon world.
Very good, sweetie.
What happens in the demon world doesn't concern us anymore. We live here now.
The demons will come to the human world and hunt us down before attacking each other.
The demons will come, to the human world, and all because of her?
You sneaky bitch.
Another snap of Diana's fingers, I was released from her hold, almost buckling to my knees.
Well, will you all change your minds? I assure you, it's for the greater good.
I expected the boys to say no. What I heard was complete silence. None of the boys replied to Diana, which made me both nervous and fearful as to why. Diana leaned back her head a bit, surprised for a different reason. You can't take my boys?
No. Well, I see.
Oh, girl, look, they rejected you. You got rejected by all 5 of them. Even Eric, who hits on everything. He hit on the toaster earlier. Was silence truly saying no to her? I looked around at the boys and saw the disobedience in their eyes, giving me my answer. I like unruly boys. I felt my heart flutter, especially when my eyes landed on James. Oh, he kept close to me, glaring daggers into Diana. I could feel that he was completely adamant in his choice to stay. I don't know what, but I was incredibly happy to know he wanted to stay. I think it's supposed to say I don't know why. Diana sighed and pressed her finger into her temple, rubbing it gently.
Either all of you are playing a very convincing hard-to-get game, or you all must be out of your minds.
Sorry, Diana. No one wants to go with your loose fadge. Diana then looked at me, locking her gaze with mine as if to read me. I could tell she wanted me to do something, but the boys would stop her, so the stare was her only available action. After a small moment of silence, Diana licked her lips before breaking the gaze battle and smiling to the boys around me.
Very well. I guess I'll take my leave now.
That's right, bitch. Get out of my house. What, her leave? Was she serious? The boys around me straightened up and grew confused looks on their faces as Diana stepped back and away from us with a small bow, flaunting her cleavage. It's funny when she just disappears through the floor. Without another word, a deep purple pentagram appeared under her feet, and Diana's body slowly sank to the floor, more like whoop. As their head vanished into the floor, the pentagram vanished. At once the boys relaxed and slowly began to return to their spots at the table, each deep in thought. I wonder what they're thinking about. What are we going to do? Is she going to be back? She must be planning another attack. She wants all of our beautiful boys. I guess we'll have to find out more about that in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.